moving. So we will jump into our housing market update.
Or you can feel free to stick around, or you can drop off. Let me get your jingle go.
Can't start without it.
Rachel's got the numbers. Who's buying? Who's selling? What's hot on the block? Update.
All right, guys. Well, I'm going to jump into our housing market update. As always, I'm Rachel Brantingham with the Brantingham Group of Keller Williams Hartland. Every week, I look forward to breaking down the numbers for you, but I also have found it so much fun to break down the numbers for not only myself as I operate in real estate on a daily basis, but also for my team. And so it's so interesting because we've started to watch the trends, as I'm sure you guys are as well. I'll talk to clients and they're like, yeah, we are specifically considering selling because of what we watched on Hardin Local. So if you're ever curious to see the real trends in real life with the graphs that Bill has created, make sure you go to Hardin County or hardinlocal.com housing market update. It's all on the website. But let's jump into today's numbers. All the information I bring to you guys is located on the Hardin Kentucky MLS, specific to the last week, which is the 14th to the 21st. We do cover a 30-day time period in some of our numbers. So I'll just jump right in. So we had 34 new listings that came to the market last week. 23 homes went under contract and 20 families moved into their new home. 3 listings expired and 7 sellers withdrew their homes from the market. That leaves us with 429 active listings across Hardin County. Looking at the last 30 days, the average list price is $355,958. Average sold price, this was an interesting one, $1,403. That is the tightest gap we have seen all year. That is the tightest list to sold gap. So, it's exciting because sellers are getting a lot more close, a lot closer to like what they actually are listing for in return on their property. Median sold price in all of Hardin County is $290.45. Our highest sale from last week. This was something I added. I don't think we'll have this posted on the graphs on hardinlocal.com, but this is just, I thought it was an interesting thing. The highest sale from last week was $1,446,500, with the lowest sale being an even $100,000. Homes are averaging 80 days on market. This is an interesting stat, guys, because we've been sitting in the low 70s for a long time, and we have now jumped up to 80 days on market for a couple of reasons. One, July 4th is the most traveled holiday of the entire year. A lot of people have been out of town. Also, the weeks surrounding July 4th are the biggest vacationing time frame of the year. I know everybody I talk to, they're either gone on vacation, returning from vacation, or getting ready to go. So, it's just a busy time of year. Everybody's out with kiddos doing fun things. And so I do expect over the next couple of weeks there to be a little bit of a push on real estate again, because I think as people return home, kind of that realization that, oh my goodness, school's about to start. Then we experience the holiday season, and we don't want to be in this home for another Christmas or another Thanksgiving or another New Year's. And also, they might even realize, hey, we're not in the right school district that we want to be in long term. So I expect to see another push before we reach kind of that seasonal slowdown that is a holiday time. So sellers right now are receiving 96.75% of their asking price. That's pretty darn good. I think 2 things are happening here. One, sellers are getting more realistic on what the sales price actually needs to be to move their property. And so because they're being more realistic, they're actually getting more for their home. Yes, I can hear you guys. I mean, I don't mind at all. You're good. Inventory has increased just slightly, guys. So we were sitting at like 3.2 months of inventory. We have jumped up to 3.7 months of inventory. I think, of course, that's just kind of par for the season. That is based on 116 homes sold over the past 30 days. What we have seen in our day-to-day operations, and it's showing up in the numbers, is that buyers are becoming increasingly selective. So we're no longer in an environment where nearly every home sells immediately with multiple offers. We haven't been there for a very long time. Instead, what we're seeing is that buyers are taking their time. They're really comparing the home. So with 429 active listings across Hardin County, and those are broken down into different price points, which I'll go over here in a minute. But it's giving people a lot of options, and so people are being very specific. So I wanted to break this down into a couple price categories here for us. So under 250,000, this is one of the strongest segments of our market. Of course, anything under that 299, which is the average, is the median sold price in Hardin County. It obviously moves a little bit faster. There are 105 active homes. 41 of those are pending. 37 sold, an average of 71 days on market. That is over the last 30 days. 250 to 400. This remains kind of the heart of our market. 206 active homes, 71 pending over the last 30 days, 55 sold. So if you're selling in this price range and your home is priced correctly, buyers are absolutely still out there and moving quickly on those properties. 400 to 800,000. This market is very balanced right now. So buyers have options and they're willing to wait for the right home. Presentation, pricing, and marketing matter more than ever. And then if we jump into that luxury market, which is over 800,000, there are only 15 active homes priced above the 800,000 number, but only one home currently pending and 5 closings in the last 30 days above that price point over the past month. So luxury buyers are still purchasing, but they're patient, informed, and looking for exceptional value. So what's the number that I'm really watching this week as we head into next week? 80 days on market. I would like to see that number adjust back down now that we've headed out of the July 4th and vacation holidays. But it tells me one thing: pricing is more important than timing. Okay. So pricing your property right is really going to help it stand out. One last little thing: mortgage rates continue to hover in the mid sixes, depending on your credit. So there's not much change there. We've seen them pretty much sit at in the same range now for multiple months. So if you're buying, you have more choices than you've ever had in quite some time. That means more negotiating power, less competition, and the ability to be more selective. If you're selling, today's buyers are paying for value, not potential. The homes that are priced correctly and professionally marketed continue to sell. Those that aren't are sitting longer. And as soon as they start sitting, you need to identify that quickly and price correct. Otherwise, you'll be headed into the holidays still holding on to your property. All right, guys. Well, whether you're buying your first home, moving up, downsizing, or simply wondering what your property is worth in today's market, understanding what's happening locally is the first step. If you'd like to know what these numbers mean for your neighborhood or your home specifically, I'd love to help. I'm Rachel Brantingham with the Brantingham Group of Keller Williams.
Rachel's got the numbers. Who's buying? Who's selling?